Welcome to the Sound Mind Strategy Podcast with your host, Evan.
And Anina Blankenship.
This podcast is aimed to be an in-depth discussion between husband and wife power couple where we take on challenging topics in the mental health and wellness arena.
By trade and training, I'm a licensed clinical social worker, certified professional coactive coach, USA Cycling National Champion, and I love to push my limits both physically and mentally.
As for me, I am currently in a master's program for sport and performance psychology, where I'm also on track to become a certified mental performance consultant. I've also been coaching athletes for the last 5 years, helping them reach their truest potential.
We're both very passionate about athletic performance, mental skills training, spirituality, and we love to take a holistic approach to helping people find harmony in their mind, body, and spirit.
We believe that there's greatness inside of everyone. Our mission and the mission of this podcast is to help you unlock and operate within yours. Hello, everybody. Welcome back or welcome to the Sound Mind Strategies podcast. This is episode number 21. We are just so excited to be here with you again. Just a quick little check-in. How are you? How are you tonight, Anina?
Hanging in there.
Good.
Just been real tired this weekend, but that's probably it is pretty normal. I know everything I'm reading, it's pretty normal to
which
be tired.
I mean, it's kind of counterintuitive to the stuff that I'm reading. I mean, maybe it's like everyone says that
it's like the sweet spot right now.
Yeah, like energy's coming back, like mom's got her energy back and everything's kind of subsided and disappeared and gone away by now, but you did go through a couple weeks where you were feeling really good, and kind of this last week or so we're kind of
yeah, it's been hit and miss. Like some days I'm like, oh, I feel good. And the next I'm like, oh, man.
Or good during the day and then in the evening kind of comes like
I'm
that.
Like,
yeah,
nap time. But yeah.
Kind of crazy. But this is like I said, this is episode 21. And you all know, if you don't know, Anina, my wife, is pregnant. This is week 21. So this is so cool, like how it lines up, like the episode number and the week number that we're in for.
Yes.
In this journey of baby B. So
yeah, it is pretty neat.
Yeah. You want to give a quick little update on what you got on baby updates? Like what's going on? What's going on with him?
Well, this past week we did get to meet him, like through the
we had our
ultrasound.
Yeah, the anatomy ultrasound.
Yes,
that was
it's
fun.
Confirmed he is a boy. And that was really, really neat to see just all his little body parts and his heart and his brain, and he's in the 54th percentile, they said. So that was really cool. So he's right where he needs to be.
Everything's looking good.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Yeah. So that was so cool to see his little face on the monitor and everything. But yeah, so really for this week 21, it's just a lot of this. My baby book is talking about make sure you get protein in, because the baby's really growing in these next couple weeks, and
all those building blocks, get all those amino acids in.
I know. So I gotta get on that. And then it does say this week, like on Tuesday, I should start to be able to start feeling some first emotions.
Tuesday?
Yeah.
It's that specific.
Well, from the date.
Oh, your book goes.
Yeah, I'm looking at my book because it goes by day, and according to the day on Tuesday, that should be happening. So stay tuned.
Yeah, same thing. My book
What's
here.
You're saying?
Baby as long as a carrot and as thick as an endive.
Gosh.
Baby's eyebrows have grown in.
Ooh,
that's cool. Yeah, and it says like same thing for you. Like you have more pressure on your bladder. The complaints of nausea, dizziness, and fatigue have decreased and or disappeared altogether. So we're kind of seeing a little deviation from the trend here. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I think, and the same thing, Kung Fu Fighting, that's the name of this chapter for me. So to me, that means baby's going to start moving around. So hopefully soon maybe by the next episode, we'll be able to report that we got a little ninja in there.
Yeah, a little ninja in there. That'd be awesome. I may not be saying that soon, but it would be pretty awesome to feel.
Yeah, no, this is exciting. Like, I really wish that you would get that full bout of good energy. You're sleeping well, so maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll revisit the diet and see if there's some things that are not. You're doing really well. I'll say, like, I'm really happy with how you're doing, but I think maybe some things aren't optimal. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to.
I'll have to look into that. And my sleep has been spotty. It's like 2 a.m. I'm like wide awake.
That's true. And
I'm like, why am I wide awake?
I do know why. It's because our little dog, like, he gets bored in the middle of the night and decides to wake us up. I'm like, hey, let's go outside. Let's play around. So I think we need to get back on him. You can sleep a full night, bud.
Yeah, you're grown. You're 1 year old now.
Yeah, that's right. He had his 1
1-year-old.
year. So
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So, do you have your dad joke for us?
I'm so glad you remembered. Like, I knew you would love this segment, and I do. And this one actually came just by chance. I was at the grocery store checking out, and in the line at Whole Foods, and the guy just like randomly told me a joke, and it was so
perfect.
corny. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you call a karate guy that eats all his veggies?
Baby B?
Broccoli. Like
like Bruce Lee.
Yeah. I might have messed up, but yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Yeah. That's pretty funny. I thought that was good.
That was good.
Of course, get to eat your veggies.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I thought this week would be really fun to kind of like mix up the format a little bit. Instead of coming with such a dedicated topic, I have some things I might want to touch on and some things that are pressing on me. But I really kind of wanted just a free flow today.
Which had me a little nervous. I was like, what are we doing?
We were kind of discussing this throughout the week, and like we wanted to keep everything upbeat and lighthearted. You know, we've got into some pretty deep subjects over the last 20 weeks. And I think that stuff's really important. It has a really good place, you know? Like,
yes.
We need to be able to dive into that and touch on all those things.
I need a balance as well.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. I think we need a balance. I mean, not that this is a ho-hum. Like, I think it's all that stuff is very uplifting and inspiring in itself, but you got to kind of get into some of the weeds, right? And start pulling all that stuff out. So this week I kind of like, if we go that way, that's fine. I'm okay with it. But I really just wanted to ease the burden on like specifically hitting a hard topic. I kind of want to just talk about some things and like check in, see how you're doing. What's on your mind? What's going on with you presently? And maybe we can explore some things.
Yeah.
Or if you have questions, and yeah, we'll flip the script and do it that way too.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. And this is definitely a good stretch for me because I'm more of a, okay, let's plan it out. This is what we're doing. So this is good to get out of the comfort zone sometimes.
No, it's fun. Like, yeah, every week, like it's awesome. She is so planned out, and like she has like pages of notes and there's all these references and reading and everything. So it's cool. I don't know about you, but like Sundays, that's the day that we record. Either it's mornings or evenings, afternoons. It's all over the place, but generally we record on Sunday. That's one of the highlights of my week. Like
yes.
I really love what we do with this.
Me too.
And it's so fun to like see all the stretches of the areas that, you know, over the globe that our content is getting out to. Mm-hmm. Oh man, it's so inspiring. So it's just agree. Yeah, you want to bring it every single week, right?
Right.
But sometimes just like openness, vulnerability, just no pressure. Sometimes that is uplifting in itself. Just like,
true.
I'm bringing myself, right? Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, we have a lot of experience, and kind of where I got this idea is one of the last conversations with the coach, with Tim, that we're working with. It's just like when we compare ourselves to so many people, you know, it's like, I think you brought this up too. Like if I'm a certain kind of restaurant, right? Mm-hmm. And like, well, why would they come to my restaurant if there's so many others that are very similar in the same vein, right? It's like, well, they like the way I do it. They like the way I present it. They like my atmosphere, all these things that make me unique. So like same thing with our coaching, like, well, why would they not go to another coach, or why would they not seek out the advice and help from someone else? It's like, well, we have a lot of just our personality, like you are uniquely you. And then our experiences, just the things that we've done, the things that we've been through, the way we present, the way we connect,
Right.
like there's a lot to it. So,
True.
it just wanted to put me at ease with me being me, and me being like excited about the experience and the expertise that I bring to the table.
Right.
Right.
That's key.
Of course I can find a lot of people maybe that on paper have more experience, more expertise, would be maybe on paper better, but I am better for another person because we're just a better fit, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's key to have that fit, because sometimes personalities don't jive well, and you don't want to get into something before you realize that too. So
yeah. So I guess just to kick it off, like, what's going on? What's on your heart? What's on your mind? Like, what has been pressing on you for a while? Like, it could be really acute short term, or it could be like a long term press, or what's up?
yeah. Man, so I've been dealing just a lot this week with more trying to work on not being so judgmental and critical of myself. I think just with not feeling as well and not as much energy, that comparison, and it's so funny since we just talked about that last week, was really coming in like, well, this isn't normal. You shouldn't be doing this. And why are you doing it? What's happening?
Yeah.
So I've had a really...
Kind of all pregnancy related?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Exactly. So it's been kind of like, dang, why am I not fitting the mold? And it's like, it's okay. That's not what's happening right now. So just no judgment, and just being okay with that. So I've really been working on that this week, and also just like stress. Like I know I hold a lot of stress very easily, or I can hold it really easily. And I think this week it's been really, last couple weeks, I've just felt kind of stressed just with like work and with our own business too. And so trying to just find ways to relieve some of that stress. So whether it is like, I've gone out in nature twice this past week, which was nice, just to like hear the birds and see the trees and just the rocks beneath my feet. It's felt really nice. Been doing that, trying to get into some more mindfulness practice, and just really being okay with myself that like, okay, Nina, just because you didn't sit down and say, I'm doing mindfulness for 10 minutes, it's like I can still practice it throughout my day of just being aware of my breath and being aware of my thoughts, and just coming from more of a curiosity standpoint at it. So I feel like I've been working on a lot these last couple of weeks, and it's like,
let me touch on that. Just kind of expand on the mindfulness piece. Like, are you following something specific, or kind of what's your practice look like?
Right now it's more just, it's more just in the moment. Like if I'm noticing that like I'm feeling really stressed, I'm noticing like, and what happens is I notice that my shoulders are really tight. Maybe I'm starting to get a headache. Let's take a deep breath and try to breathe into that area and like open up more space so the blood can flow a little more freely.
Yeah.
Some days are better than others. Some days it's like go, and I don't even think about it until it hits me on later on. But slowing down is really, really hard for me, or I've struggled with it a lot. So having to take a minute to breathe feels like, this is wasting my time just to breathe.
Well, no, I can relate to that. Although I'm kind of on the other end of the spectrum of not go. Like I like to not go. So when I have to, that is what brings anxiety for me.
Yes, that's true.
Let me ask, like, so with this mindfulness, like, do you think it would be more helpful for you to have a little bit of, it's hard to say, rigidity around mindfulness, like an awareness,
routine?
But yeah, maybe a little bit of rigidity and routine, like to actually set aside a block time, maybe to start your day, and have reminders, alarms, times like 3:00, whatever, when you hit a certain time, to like actually devote even if it's a short one, a 3-minute, a 30-second, you can do even a 30-second or 1-minute mindfulness little routine can have tons of benefit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do think that would be helpful for me because I think once I got into the routine of it, just like I brush my teeth in the morning without thinking. So like, or, wash my face without thinking. It's just like, this is part of my routine. So I think once I started doing it more often and noticing the benefits it's having, I would do better. And I am, one of those people that like, if it's not on my schedule, I won't do it typically. So almost like on my work schedule and on my phone, putting that reminder in there to do it. So I think that would be beneficial for me. And I think just even starting, like you said, just at like 30 seconds or a minute, like is better than, nothing, or at least, So at least starting that practice makes me think about when you just start running the first time, you start really slow and then ease into it, so it's, I guess, kind of the same thing. I mean, or you could go out and be like, nope, I'm running 10 miles. And
well, you could, but you probably won't run the next day.
Exactly.
Right? You're going to be really sore and be mad at yourself and probably judge yourself and then call yourself, like that's not the wise way to do it, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, that may be something that would be good for me to do. Just put it in my phone and in my appointment book at work and just schedule it in during my lunch break or something, I
mean, even a 3-minute one or 1 to 3 minutes is like a really good little recharge.
Yeah.
Right there in the middle of the day. Or if you have time for more, 10 minutes would be awesome. But that just depends on our personal schedules.
It does. But I do see the benefit in it. In one of the groups I'm in at work, they'll do it for about 5 minutes at the end of our group. And it just always is like, I'm so relaxed. And so it's almost just being okay with being relaxed because I like that adrenaline rush, getting that all day. That's like kind of exciting and thrilling for me, exhilarating for me. So it's something I have to really work at because, like I said, slowing down is kind of difficult for me.
Yeah. So what is it about slowing down that I guess you don't like? I mean, I don't know. I guess there's a lot of ways you can go with that, but I just want to leave that open and instead of lead you into like what I'm thinking it could be.
Yeah. I guess it's just.
Sorry, I don't mean to pepper you with all the questions. If you want to.
Yeah, you just wait. I got some coming for you. No. It's just. I really like. I just like that amped up feeling.
Okay.
It just feels good to me. I feel
just
more productive. Just rush. And I know it's almost like an addictive feeling. So when I don't get the rush, it's like almost like searching for it. Like, what can I do to get that rush again?
Yeah. Cause I guess you can really go two kind of ways with it. Like you can go like wanting the rush, like you're saying, wanting that, or an aversion to the opposite, which would be peace and calm and quiet.
Yeah.
Stillness. So so it's not necessarily an aversion to stillness. It's more of seeking the high pace.
Yeah. But I guess in a way it is like an aversion to the stillness because I try to run from it all the time.
Well, yeah, but you're not like, oh, I can't be sitting still. It's like, no, I just got to be going. I mean, it ends up being the same thing, but I think what's the motivation?
Yeah, and you're right. My motivation is I just like being on the go, but it's like this love-hate relationship because then by the end of the day, I'm just like exhausted because I've been on the go all day. And then so really finding that balance is really key for me. And understanding too, even as we're talking, that's another way it's helpful, is helping me realize if I slow down a little bit, I think it can help me speed up too in a way. Because then I have more of that.
I mean, well, why is that? I think it's efficiency.
Yeah.
For me, like, I mean, it's a quick little, how I learned that and applied that was on the bike. And a lot of the off-road stuff, like in cyclocross, where it's a technical course, like, slow is smooth, but smooth is fast. So like start out slow, learn the skills, learn the basics, and then then you build speed into it. You don't get the speed and then try to work skills into it. Really get those skills and foundation principles ironed and just honed in, and then you become fast because you're so smooth.
Yeah.
So start slow and get really smooth, and then add speed.
Yeah.
So I think that applies to life too, right? Like spend a big chunk of the time developing skill and efficiency and smoothness, and then build in speed to what you do.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. That makes sense. That does.
Yeah. I mean, same thing, like you could start running 10 miles or you could crash course a diet, right? But like if we really spend a lot of time, like don't worry about the numbers yet. Let's just like learn how to eat, learn how to cook, maybe.
Right. Just get to the basics.
What are the healthy foods? What are the unhealthy foods? You know, like what are my triggers? Am I getting enough water? Am I sleeping? So these are the foundational things, instead of like, I just got to go, run 10 miles every day and then you still eat like garbage. You can never out exercise a bad diet. I mean, just not going to happen. So like that's the skill work. And then when you start adding the exercise in, then you start really moving the scale, right? And you're doing it properly, and you're doing it in a lifestyle change fashion rather than just like the crash course 6 packs in 30 days, like not
right, just
not
unrealistic.
Happen.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah,
that's very true. So,
what's up?
Are you done peppering me?
Yeah, go ahead. What you got?
Let's hear what's your week like. These last couple of weeks been like for you. What's been on your mind and your heart?
Yeah. So it's been a big couple weeks, right? Like I just have really had a stressful. I want to back up. It's kind of a roller coaster of a couple of weeks, like really high highs and really low lows. Like it's been odd. And some of it I couldn't really put a finger on. Like I just would wake up and just like feeling like I almost like one morning I woke up, I felt just so tired. I felt hungover, which I don't drink.
Right. It's kind of odd.
Yeah. So it's like, and I just kind of that depression almost was on me. Like I'm not clinically depressed and never have been aware of that. Like, but I have noticed it, if I look back over my life, like there have been like waves of depression and stuff like that. But like it was really coming off the back of a couple of days where I just felt really good, felt really motivated and excited for life and everything. Then I woke up just like, oh, what's going on? So so I'm just dealing with some of that, like trying to find answers to a lot of questions, like physical things, like where's my energy at? Where's my strength at? Like where's just some things that it just doesn't feel right. Then I was feeling really good because I've been taking just a nice little season ending break, just kind of refreshing and stuff. And then I was feeling good. And then I just felt terrible one day. Had a really good conversation with Tim, the coach again. Like we talked, and just another good friend at work. And we just kind of had a really good session of just kind of like, giving me shoulders basically, and hearing me out and just being good friends and people. And then I just kind of came back motivated, like I'm going to figure this stuff out. I think I've shared that I've been dealing with kind of all year. It's been a year long, or maybe just a touch longer, of like, where'd this extra weight come from?
Right.
Training super hard, eating right. We're still eating pretty much the same, whether it's like optimal, I don't know, but it's good, eating really well. So I couldn't figure out where it came from.
Yeah. So frustrating.
Yeah. So I woke up, and I think you saw me. I weigh in every morning. It's just a habit and routine. I like data. So it's just a data point. It's not to get on myself or judge, be critical. And I was up another 2 pounds.
Right.
It was like from the day before. I'm like, and I just started laughing and making jokes.
Yeah, you're just like, whoa.
Yeah,
you were totally.
I'm gonna be huge. This is, like
this is
just
awesome.
Joking, but like
trying to be.
I really wasn't fazed by it, but it kind of was to the point of like, all right, we got to figure some things out. And this is coming from a curiosity, not like really not mad at myself, not judging. It was just like, just curious, like what's going on. I need answers, and I gotta be able to figure this out.
Right.
So it's cool. Yeah. Just been dialing it in. Really just taking an honest look at what I'm eating every day, what I'm doing every day. I'm still extending my rest. I'm not going to out exercise the problem. So, I need to correct things from the beginning, and I felt really good. I've already been seeing the scale just daily trickle down.
Great.
And I have been on the other side of it too, on the medical side. I made appointments for blood work, blood draw. We're going to do a full panel there. Made some even through the VA. This is really cool. Actually, this is your area, the whole health program. They have like a mindfulness based elimination diet.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that, and that's been going really well, just to see if there's any food related issues, right?
Yes.
If I'm just like alert, just having troubles with not
Aversion to
processing something well. So we're doing that. We're at the point now where we're reintroducing foods.
And you really haven't noticed any differences?
So far
with
feels
foods?
good. Like I've reintroduced about 3 different items that were eliminated for the 3 weeks, and no, everything's feeling fine. And then we also have an appointment scheduled for Healing Touch. I think that's really, really cool. It's like Reiki, but not. It's just a little bit different. Really cool. I've spoke with a lady a few times that does this, and just really good. Really, she knows her stuff.
Yes.
So I'm really excited to get that going. For any veterans out there that's listening, this isn't the whole health program is not nationwide as of yet. So check your area if you are close to a VA to see if they have a whole health program. They have a ton of stuff. They have coaching, they have yoga, acupuncture,
chiropractic,
tons of stuff.
Tons of stuff.
The basis of the program, and correct me or fill in where I, leave holes or whatever in this, but basically is to get you into something outside of Western medicine.
Right.
First.
It's more of like a holistic approach.
Yeah.
So we look at the mind, the body, the spirit, and just see how everything's so interconnected. And it's not just, you're not just siloed off like this is your issue. It's like... and
just only treated with pills.
Exactly. Yes. And we just see how, if you don't get good sleep, it can affect the food choices you make, but then it can affect your relationships. Maybe you're more moody with that person that day. Just there's these 8 different areas of self-care that we look at. And so, it's really neat. And it's really the veteran coming up with the goal that they want to work on. It's not the punitive, well, you need to quit smoking or your A1C's high. So quit eating, it's like, no, what's really matters to you? What makes you, what brings you joy and happiness?
Because you don't just start signing them up for these individual kind of programs or classes, like they ask to be put in them. And it's really cool. I mean, there's mindfulness programs, there's psychology, there's all kinds of
psychology, social work.
There's so much cool stuff.
Yes. It's really
so
neat.
If you're a veteran, search your area to see if whole health is available to you.
Yeah, we're in St. Louis, Missouri, and it's here.
So there's one here. It's from all I know, it's been going over very well.
Yes,
and
it's being received very well.
The veterans are loving it and really excited about it. They're not taking people off medications as a part of the program, but people are coming off of them due to the program.
Exactly, due to some different changes that they're making, and
so that's really cool.
That is cool.
So anyway, sorry, that big old tangent there, but back to what I was saying, I'm really excited about that and learning, okay, even though I'm not getting oh, that's the issue, it was gluten or added sugar, whatever. It's just saying that's still a data point for me. Okay, that's one thing that it's not. So just keep going down and just keep crossing things off and figuring it out. And I'm not elderly, and but I'm also not 19 or 20 anymore,
right.
At 35. So I think maybe I am just seeing some
hormonal body
gradual changes and just learning what new normals are. So
that's true too.
I'm excited. My mindset about this and my attitude towards it is of curiosity. I know where I want to be. I know where I'm able to be, and just let's get there. So
Well, and what would you say helped you get out of that like hungover feeling that you had that day?
Honestly, it was to understand that like it's okay to not feel good that day. It's okay to not be like ripping and roaring and super peppy. You know, like I didn't wake up or I didn't go to bed feeling beating on myself, you know? And it wasn't because of any one thing I could put my finger on. I just woke up and was like, oh, I know, like, so one, just curiosity. Allow myself to be curious of like why I'm feeling this way and allow myself some space to be there with myself in that mindset, in that mode. Like,
yeah, I like that because it's not like well, hurry up. I need to be feeling good. Why am I not feeling good? What's wrong with me?
yeah.
Like, because then that I think causes more frustration, putting that pressure on yourself. Like, hurry up and get happy.
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
I think one of the biggest things that helped me also is like, I just know that like, don't make big decisions today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel awesome. I know I'm a little cloudy skies today. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
yeah, no. You are Italian, aren't you? Even though you're vegan.
I meant vegan meatballs.
Yeah, okay, yeah. The Trader Joe meatless meatballs.
Trader Joe's. Exactly.
Yeah, Trader Joe's is awesome, by the way. They got lots of cool stuff.
They do.
But anyway, back to what we were saying. What were we saying?
Well, yeah, just kind of.
Cloudy skies. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just try not to make big decisions like when I'm in that mood. Like sometimes you have to make some decisions, but like if you can put anything off, because you know tomorrow's another day, you know you're going to feel better again. Like this isn't forever. Give yourself some space to like be there in that moment. Like maybe you need water, maybe you need sleep, maybe you need sunshine, you know, like all that's so important.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of asking yourself, what do we need today, body and mind and spirit? Like, what do we need to feel nourished?
Yeah. And I think that was one of the big things of just like to give myself some space to like come around. You know, sometimes it doesn't last a whole day, but sometimes it lasts more than a day. But it's just to be okay. You know, like I don't feel like it's a clinical thing. I don't feel like I understand it's not to the point of like, I know we said we weren't going to get gloomy, but you know, it's not like, oh, I wish I wasn't here, you know. It's not. It's just like that. Like I said, it's just that cloudy sky feeling.
Right.
And I just woke up feeling icky. And so just like allow some time for it to pass. That was helpful for me. And then the very next day, I was just thoughtful. So I woke up and engaged in, you know, a couple things. An actual like set out mindfulness practice.
Okay.
With an app that I use, I really like. And then, you know, actually first started off with some warm lemon water. I think that's an awesome way to kick off the day. Just get some fluids in there, get some electrolytes in there. Did my mindfulness, did a yoga routine, and then took Cooper on a 30-minute walk. You know, it was awesome.
So it almost sounds like having a routine like that can really help you.
Yeah.
In the mornings.
Yeah. Yeah. It does. I love waking up early and getting me time like that. Just those 3 things or however 4, whatever it was, like that to me is like perfect.
Yeah.
Sets me up. A little bit of movement, you know, start with water, you know, mind, some movement, and then, you know, then sunshine and some more movement, you know, like with my bud, you know, hanging with him.
Yeah, hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Yeah.
That's the way to do
Yeah,
it.
you're full of them tonight. But yeah, no, I think that's been super helpful for me.
Yeah. And so then it's kind of like, okay, let me replicate this for the next day maybe or whatever. I kind of liked this. So what if I try this for a couple more days?
I wrote this down and I thought it was really cool. Like my parents were here. They drove down just for the day, actually, which was really, really nice of them. We were supposed to be up there for the weekend. Just had some other things come up and just weren't able to make the trip. So they were actually kind enough to just drive down for the day. So that was really cool. But we were talking about some things, talking about business, talking about the podcast, talking about everything. And my mom said that she got to a place in her life where she kind of just learned to trust God and kind of be in this free flow state, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I am like her in a lot of regards of like, I do trust God that he is orchestrating and, moving and positioning. And,
Right.
but I'm also in the mindset of like, I say need, I don't need, but really want to know. Like, what's the next step? What's the end goal? What's the trajectory? What's the process? What's the plan?
You want certainty.
Yeah, it's like, Lord, I trust you, but can I know? Can you just tell me?
Right.
And I think I'm in this place of like, I just don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what this podcast, what Sound Mind Strategies, like the coaching business. I don't know what it's all going to look like.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's obvious when I say it out loud, but like, even when you and I sit down for our business meetings and write out our plans and goals, like, I don't know where we're going here.
I know. Yes.
I kind of have an idea of where I'd like to go, but I'm just going day by day.
Right.
If I just do what I know I need to do today, then that's a success for me. Right?
Yeah, I agree. It is. And it just can take out the, just the need to like control everything and just know that every day is planned out and your steps are already, positioned for you and just.
Do you feel like that, or do you experience that, just like that hard to be in that free flow state, just kind of like the day by day?
Yeah, there's like a part of me that does like get to that where it's like, I want to know, or I'm tired of this house looking. Can we just have our house, and can we just have
That's
this, and can we
old.
just have that? It is. But
That's
yeah.
okay.
So I don't focus on it a ton, but I do think like I get like all my wants, and I want this and I want that and I want this and want that kind of get in the way a lot of times. And it's kind of like, well, I'm not going to move and do this yet until this piece is figured out, which I know is like not truly trusting. And I know, like we've talked about before, we really went through that faith walk when we moved here of selling our house.
That was scary, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was, but it was just like, it was just so neat how the Lord
But the way he
it all
worked
out.
it, like, it was so cool. I mean, literally every door shut except the one that we landed on, and it's perfect. Like, it's been amazing.
Yeah, and so it's just like remembering and recalling upon those experiences is really helpful for me of like, look, he never leads you astray. He's never just going to abandon you. Like, chill out. You know it's going to work out. He always has your best interest at heart. Sometimes it doesn't look the way like I envision. And sometimes I try to tell him, well, hey, did you realize that we could go this way and it would look great?
Hey, just throwing this by.
Yeah. Do you need any like?
Just throwing this out there.
Yeah. Do you want something from the peanut crew over here?
the gallery peanut gallery.
Yeah. The gallery.
What was I gonna say?
But so yes, I do go through that sometimes, but I don't think I do as much as you do. Because maybe mine's just more of I get clouded with all these like.
Well, you're so
I want. Yeah,
and
so I don't really.
I'm sitting and like
thinking about all this.
Thinking and planning.
Yeah.
So analytical about things, So,
yeah, part of my go is so I don't have to.
Don't have to do that.
Inadvertently don't have to think about these things.
Yeah.
I can absolutely. Let you do
it. Well, I don't. Yeah. Exactly.
Balance each other out well.
No, we are. I mean, I will say that we are a great balance, and it's a lot of fun. But sometimes it's super annoying, but in a good way. I mean, we do balance each other, but there's some things of like, oh, I know she'll do this, like, so I can put it off. And then same for you.
Yeah.
Like, where sometimes we should really just stretch ourselves and do that,
Yeah, do the
hard
uncomfortable thing. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Now, I want to talk about something else that's really been on my mind. It's a heavy one. It's your constant need for Whole Foods vegan mac and cheese.
Oh, man, I thought you were going to exploit my need for back scratches all the time.
I'm not going there. That grosses me out. I do it reluctantly.
So begrudgingly.
But that really grosses me out. But you have this thing, like, and I just get it for you without even asking anymore. just because I know it's coming.
Yeah.
I think this is the first sign of real cravings. They were kicking in. You were like, oh, I wish they had it. And we went there and they didn't have any.
Right.
But now when I go,
Now they're on the regular.
yeah, I make sure I snag just a small little to-go thing
Yeah,
for
it's
you.
a good portion size because I definitely gobble it up fast. But yeah, that has been a little out of control.
Now, what has been on your mind today?
Oh yeah, I want like an Impossible Burger.
Yeah.
I haven't had one of those in a long time. For some
Yeah,
reason.
when they first hit the restaurants, we went and tried them with a friend. I thought it was okay. It was good. I don't know that I'm not one that likes a ton of
mock kind of.
Yeah,
like,
the fake meats.
Yeah.
I guess of them like Beyond and Impossible are probably some of the better ones. But for me, if I'm going to do that, I would rather just have like a veggie burger, like a black bean quinoa kind of burger.
Yeah, those are good too.
Like, I don't know. But you've been talking about this all day.
I know.
So we were even like researching places close by that. What's the best one? Like we have this really cool Facebook group here in St. Louis. It's like the Vegan Vegetarian of St. Louis.
Yeah.
And so I just threw the random question out there, like, where's the best Impossible Burger in town? You know, like, and I got all these replies, and it was so cool because everyone's like so helpful on that page.
I know, I love that page. Yeah.
But yeah, so we're probably gonna have to venture out. Here I am
at midnight and get me an Impossible Burger.
Yeah,
No.
here I am, like counting calories and doing good. Finally seeing some movement on the scale, and the craving cycle is kicking in.
Yeah, that is.
So
funny.
if you got any tips and tricks out there, dads or moms, on how to not get the dad bod during pregnancy, please tell me. I mean, I still want to be in shape and.
You want to be A shape.
I want to. Yeah, I don't want to. Round is a shape. I would prefer to not be that shape.
But I know it is a struggle, but you definitely do well without engaging in all of it with me, because it's not like you buy 2 macaronis; you just buy me my own. So yeah, I think you're doing well. I don't think you need to worry. I think you got it. But
well, we're halfway there. Actually a little under halfway. So if I'm doing good, I think I'm doing good.
Yeah, you are.
Maybe when like the ice cream splurges come, that'll probably, as much as I love that mac and cheese, like they do a really good job there too. I'll probably splurge, especially when it starts cooling off. I have a hard time with delicious food when it's in the fall time. I'm a sucker for fall time food.
Yeah, that'll be hard to abstain, but maybe I won't get one of those cravings. Maybe it'll just be macaroni for life.
Maybe.
but yeah, so
that was a tangent. Food, that's something that we typically don't dive into on this podcast, but
yeah, it's a little off the cuff today, so
it's been good. Got some things out, like
feels good to get some of that stuff off your chest, doesn't it? Just like kind of shine a light on it. That's we kind of, if human beings, I know I do it myself, and I know you and I have talked about this. It's sometimes just keep so many things hidden in the dark, and when we have to shine the bright light on it, it's hard, but it can feel kind of refreshing and kind of like you have more space to wiggle around and move because it's not so
and
dark.
I think it's kind of helpful too to hear someone else like, oh, I'm not the only one that has like those depressive moments or manic like that freak
Can't
out
ever
moments
stop going, and it's true.
I'm not the only person whose life isn't perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, I see Instagram and Facebook and everyone looks so perfect all the time.
It's like, what?
Yeah, we have an episode on that we touch on that Instagram life kind of thing.
Yeah, we do, but just kind of being
I think people have heard us enough to know that like we got lots of bumps and bruises and potholes in our road,
Right, but sometimes on the surface when you look at people, it doesn't always appear that way. So
no, and one thing it's been is experience and an expertise for me. Like I'm my own expert in how I, and we've been trained in a lot of things and do a lot of self discovery and learning, and I find it fascinating to sit down and hear people's stories and how they view the world. And
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. But at the same time, like, I really have a passion I think what it does for me is highlights my passion for people. And
Right.
just to see people transform and, really find their passion and really find something that motivates them and moves them, like, and if I can be a facilitator of that, like that just lights me up. I love doing that.
Yes.
I know you're the exact same way, just to be that facilitator of change and that, the unveiling of that hidden gem that's within them. Like, it was there all along.
Right.
It's just sometimes it's so difficult to uncover and unmask it, like we're just so stuck in our rut and so stuck in our ways, and we know we have this yearning for something different, but we just have a hard time getting there.
Yeah.
So I love being that, just to, like, I'm really not the one doing all the uncovering. It's just helping them uncover that mess for themselves and being that positive voice, that encouragement and, like, that motivation for them, just those little challenges and steps along the way of, like, you got this, you can do this. And,
yeah. And I think it's because we know what it feels like on the other side. And it's we want other people to feel that.
I've worked with coaches for a long time, and I know you have too, for several years, a lot of them athletically, but even within that, there's always a mental piece to it. But now that we have been using, like, our own coach, mentor, like life coach and business coach, kind of fills those roles for us. Like, I am looking back and saying, oh my gosh, where was this 10 years ago?
Right.
Like,
I know.
I spun my wheels for so many years and fought with myself over things that I would have accomplished in months rather than many years.
Agreed. Yeah. Me
And
too.
I want to stress that to people, like, reach out, find yourself a coach, like, if it's within business or physical stuff, like if it's lifestyle changes, health changes, career changes, anything. Like, I don't care if you use us or not. Like, I would like you to, but it's not going to hurt my feelings if you explore other options. But oh my gosh, my world has been transformed just by, in that short time. And
likewise, it makes such a difference. It really does.
Yeah, it's so fun to be on. Well, it's so fun to be on both sides of it. Like,
it is.
So yeah. I would not change a thing, and I'm so happy that we found this to be that and see that change constantly with so many people. Like,
it is. It's really rewarding, and it's neat, and it definitely makes us have to work on our own selves too a lot of times, and kind of look a little deeper to see some of the things that we struggle with that maybe our client is too, and have to, like, really navigate that, which is hard sometimes.
It doesn't make the journey necessarily easier. It just simplifies.
Yeah.
It's still going to be hard. The work is still hard, but it's now simplified. You just, like, oh, that's what's in my way to get to my goal. And then we just kind of lay out some ways to get there. And oh my gosh, like, I don't want to judge. And, like, I know I learned a lot, and those experiences helped create who I am today, and some of those passions and yearnings, like, because there was that time frame that I was going through that, like, I think that helped develop me and made those passions kind of burn even hotter.
Yeah.
So I think it's really cool. And I love where I'm at. I love what God's doing in my life and in yours. Like, this pregnancy journey has been amazing. This podcast has been amazing. And, like, I just can't wait to see where things are in another 21 weeks or another year of business, and 2 to 10 years of business, whatever. Like, God's doing some awesome stuff. And I love being a part of people's lives. Like, it's so motivating for me to just, every time I have a coach call, just to, I love it. I can't wait for it.
Yeah. It definitely feels like it's our purpose here, which doesn't always mean it's easy, just because you feel like that's your purpose and passion. A lot of struggles, but but yeah, it definitely feels like this is what we're supposed to be doing. And I know like your mom brought up today, which was good to hear, that like, God could be taking you guys through all this and it's maybe sharpening you for something else down the road that you just don't even know about. So it's like kind of what she was saying, like, don't hang your hat on this.
State,
yeah. It could be something else too. You have no idea what else he has in store. So
that's the perpetual learner, right? Learn and experience, and like kind of like what I was referencing with those 10 years. Where would I be? Like, it doesn't matter. I learned so much to get me here now, and I'm going to keep learning and keep being thankful for all these experiences. Even that really gloomy day, I'm thankful for that experience because look on the other side of it, like in less than a week. And like, I'm actually thankful for that because it taught me, one, how to notice it right away, and just kind of how to give myself some freedom in that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's very true.
And talk to someone. Like, even if it's just to you, or find another friend, or call my coach and just say, hey dude, I just need to chat. Like, just feeling a little gloomy, just feeling a little gray sky today. Like, what's up?
Yeah. And I like that too. You didn't try to like just fix it, It's just like, and I think when we go through those, it helps us help other people go through it and be like, it's okay that you're feeling this, like helping take that judgment away, that it's okay to feel these different like array of emotions. That means you're human.
They're all your emotions.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's so big, and especially in the psychology world too, like anger, sadness, all these things, like there's a reason you feel those. Like, experience that, feel that, be with that emotion, understand what that looks like. And I mean, there's still some ways that we need to operate within those things, you don't freak out. And
I know. And speaking of like emotions, have you ever thought about this? I've thought about this before of, when people are like, how are you doing? Typically it's like doing good, doing well.
Yeah.
And it's like, what if I change it and just said, I'm doing...
Actually, I'm super pissed today.
Yeah. Or I'm feeling amazing, or I'm like super pumped, or I'm just feeling jacked today, or whatever. Or like I've thought about experimenting this one time, and I just have not had the guts to do it yet. But, someone just that I see regularly in my day, like, how are you doing? And just being like, you know what? Horrible. And just like seeing what the response is. I think, I don't know why. I just want to like try it sometime.
Well, okay.
I mean, but be genuine about it.
Exactly. I would say, give them your actual emotion. Give them your actual feel. Like, how are you actually feeling?
Yeah, and not just good, bad. I mean,
I've done that, but see, my thing was like, instead of good, I just always say, awesome. How are you doing today? Awesome. And sometimes that's not genuine. But
no, mine either.
Because everyone says good, fine, whatever. So I just like, I'm awesome. Today's awesome.
I'm doing splendid. I'm fantastic.
But I mean, I wasn't being sarcastic about it, but like,
you really were feeling awesome.
I was generally in a good mood, but maybe not awesome. But that was my spin on, like, you just like, and some people would say, oh, cool. And some are like, oh, really? Awesome. Like, yeah.
Tell me more.
Yeah.
But I think you should try that. Next time someone asks you how you're doing, if you're really not doing good,
okay,
just say, I feel horrible today, whatever it is, or I'm just really bummed today, and see what the person says.
Probably freak them out. They don't want to go there.
Yeah, I know, right?
That was like, whoa, you misunderstood me. That was just
that's just a cordial thing.
Yeah,
we do
that
in
was
passing.
just being cordial. I don't really care. I don't want
Everyone's gonna like look away when we walk by now.
I don't really want to know. I don't care. I was just being polite.
I think
just say good, say fine, and keep walking.
That's your challenge for the week, Evan.
Okay, accepted. I'll do that.
Okay.
Piece of cake.
Well, fine then. I'm up in that. You gotta do it 5 times this week.
Ooh. I'll do it once.
Not so POC anymore, is it?
I'll do it.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
And not to me.
Well, of course not.
Okay.
That's cheating.
I just thought I'd make that clear.
Okay. Well, for everyone else listening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. No worries. That's cool. I'll do that.
Okay.
All right. Well, this was fun. I enjoyed coming and meeting and having this discussion.
Yeah.
Kind of very off the cuff, very free flowy. We got into some cool stuff. We got into some strange things. But it was fun. Overall, I think it was a good conversation and one that I'm proud of.
Yeah. That making me laugh. That was good. No, it was nice. It was nice to kind of go off the usual, because sometimes it makes you have to like think on the fly and like
I think it was helpful.
not be so regimented. I hope it was.
I hope it was.
Felt like we exposed ourselves a little bit.
Well, yeah, of course.
That's what to do.
So yeah, hopefully you guys found something useful in this podcast. If you have any questions for us, please do not hesitate and reach out. We're on social media. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. You can hit us on the email. We'll do all those. We are actually having a professional rework our website. So that is
going to be coming soon.
Coming soon. We have someone who is going to be managing social media for us. So I'm super excited about that. Actually, that was a legitimate emotion. I'm very excited for it. He's very talented at what he does, and a relation. So that's super cool. I love that.
I have a friend coming to do some photography for us this weekend.
Yep. So we got a lot of cool stuff in the works. Like we're just working on us and
That's
working on our being out there, getting seen, getting heard. So
I like it.
Things are moving. Things are grooving. So
Shaking.
a couple other things. If you want to reach out, these are some things that I would love to hear from you. If you have a baby name suggestion for baby B,
We've gotten some, so thank you.
Shoot them over.
Yeah.
We have a list going, but it is nowhere near finalized, and I would love it to grow, and then that way we can pick some cool names. If you got anything, first names, first and middle, shoot them over. I'd love to take a look at them. I know Anina would also appreciate that. If you got any must-haves, don't buys for baby. We also would like that.
Please, yes.
If you got any stuff that you want to talk about in your life, personally, professionally, physically, emotionally, whatever, we're here for you. And that's genuine. And I hope that is evident in the way we come across through this podcast. It's not about growing business and building numbers. It's about you guys.
About relationship.
It's about relationship. It's about purpose. It's about creating a better community and a better society for everyone. Because if you're moving and grooving and things are great, everything's good around you. And then if everything's good around them, it's good for everyone else around them. And, it's the ripple in the water. And we really want to be a facilitator of that. And I think we can have such a big positive impact on quite literally the whole world through coaching. Whether we do it or someone else, I think it's something that the world would benefit from for everyone working with a coach or a mentor. So we would love to be that person for you, or point you in the direction of someone that we know and trust also, if whatever reason that things aren't cool with us. But that's 100% genuine and comes from our heart, really.
It does.
We're here, and this is a service and of passion for us, to facilitate change, to uncover the gem that's within you guys.
Yeah. I agree.
So again, share, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a review on the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcast, SoundCloud, Spotify, wherever you listen to this. Please rate and review.
Yeah.
And then
awesome.
We're also going to start putting these on YouTube. I think we're going to just start out with an audio version.
Yes.
And then eventually, once we kind of learn some things and develop the right technique that works for us and the length of podcasts that we have generally, we're going to start doing the video, actually recording it. So look forward to that. Hopefully that's sooner rather than later, but at least the other ones will be up there. So once we get that finalized, should be this week. And then, so you guys will have the YouTube name and everything where we're going to be at. So,
once we get all that done.
Thank you for sticking with me. I know I kind of wrung that last part out there, but thanks for sticking with us, and we will see you in the next one.
Yeah, have a great week.